Right, well, welcome back to Farm Together. This is my farm. Let me just cash in these things. I'm carrying a lot of veg. So if you ever come into this farm, because like I say, I will leave it open. Occasionally I close it off if I'm just redesigning or something. Because I do let people build and harvest if they want, so sometimes I just want to close it so I can put some crop in that I need for the whatever it's called, this thing here, the quest. As you can see, I'm quite lucky actually because it's come up with strawberries now. I have actually got fields of strawberries, so normally it comes up with one you haven't got for the quest, but this time we're in luck. So anyway, when you come in, this is where you start. And you can see here we've built various things. We've got fuel here for your tractors. We've got a press here. I think that actually pushes out jam. Something like that. You've got your selling points, you've got your bus stop. Again, selling point for all the eggs, fish, and these things. Let me just get rid of more veg. And we've leveled up. So this is your tropical fish. Through some trees. I think they're apples and lemons, those. Got a field of cabbages. Got some chickens. And you get eggs like that. Some food while we're passing. Now the chickens and the animals, actually, I'd like to have done more with the animals. The trouble I have with the animals is that you harvest them like this and it's done singly. And when your farm gets really big, it's quite a lot of work to go around pulling out one at a time like this. Whereas the plants, as you've seen before, is done with the tractor, so you can do like 6 at a time. This here is just bamboo. Bamboo's not bad. It doesn't give you a lot of money, but the fact that it just grows, you don't have to do anything, invest anything in it once you planted it. It's a good sort of thing. A bit like trees. Trees don't give you huge amounts necessarily, but they keep producing and you don't have to keep replanting and spending money, so they're good in that sense. They're self-sustaining kind of thing. And we've got green peppers. These need picking. I actually grew these for the quest. I just grew more than I needed. We've got our fish over here. This is the trout pond. And we've got our anglerfish. This is the one I wanted to get. Look at that. Cool little lights on their head. Not that you'd find them in a pond, of course, but you do in here. Hives. I've actually only just started with these hives. Now you see here I've got this thing here for putting your honey in. Now the problem you have with this is you'll see here it costs these things, which is when you do your quest you get these. This is the only imbalance I've really found, or the worst imbalance I've found in the game so far, is that you can see there we haven't got that, we haven't got that, and we haven't got that. Because, I mean, this is... oh no, that's the jam store. Okay, that's for doing jam. And this one is for cheese, and this one is the honey one, obviously. Now the problem with those is, I mean, you build fuel stations. One fuel station is not enough. When your farm gets big, you need several, because you kind of run out of fuel, you have to run to different fuel stations when you're farming aggressively kind of thing. So you never really get enough fuel. So you stick up... I've got about 4 or 5 fuel stations. So I've used sort of 10 of those tickets. But getting those tickets is the biggest problem, because you can farm all... I've got all the jam you see here. I'm full with jam. I'm not full with the other one yet. And I was full with honey because of all these. So you could be producing all this stuff. You can't do anything with it until you build one of these. But because you can't get the tickets or the quest things quick enough, you're left not being able to get those. So, a bit of a stalling point there. I think it's a bit of a daft idea to be using these. You either use like this, where you can get them, or you do all of them with tickets and make the game a lot slower. But doing it sort of half and half, it leaves you a bit stumped. You can, like I say, produce all this honey and stuff, but you can't actually sell it or get rid of it. So your inventory fills up and that's it. I mean, you can still keep collecting it, but it's a waste. So I think that one is a bit of an annoyance in the game, but apart from that, that's the only bad balance I found so far. Now what you're seeing is this one here we actually unlocked not that long ago, so we haven't done a lot with it yet. This was already here, this bit. I put in all this here. Now what you're seeing in the game itself is I've played 25 hours basically in this game. 15 hours kind of unlocks most of this stuff. Around 15 hours you can get most of this unlocked. Depends obviously how fast you're doing stuff, but that's what it took me from the beginning kind of thing. There's plum trees. They give you a fair bit. And again more, but you can see I do it in singles. It's more efficient that way to do it like that. But we put up some buildings, we put up some tents, wigwams, teepees, whatever you want to call them. Again, these were these quick things I was growing for clear this. Look, what can we plant in here? What should we plant? We plant some red ones. What I'm tending to do is when you first start, you'll find you'll start with lettuce, carrots, the quick things, and you'll be doing these because obviously when you water them, that'll be 20 minutes. So you'll be picking mostly the quicker things if you want to progress quite quickly. If you're only playing the game for 5 minutes, an hour or so, then go for the long stuff. Just stick it in and then wait till the next day. But what you find is you'll start off doing these short ones to gain money quickly. Then when your farm gets a bit bigger, you'll find yourself putting in longer ones, so you don't get overwhelmed by everything coming too quickly, kind of thing. And then once you've passed having a huge farm with like the ones that take the longest, I say the ones that take the longest time, ones that take say a day but give you the highest yield, basically like the grapes are good, the strawberries are fantastic, they give you a lot, but they're, like you see, they're a day, but that's more, well, it is pretty much a day. The next time you come on and play with the watering, we'll bring that down. They give you a lot. This is a new one actually, this came in the latest update as the sunflower. That one's a good one too. So you'll pick the high yield stuff. So you go from turning over these quickly to then turning over high yield stuff. And eventually, what's happening to me now is I'm trying to put in pumpkins and things that take 2 days because there's just too much stuff coming at once. So you're far better off having really long ones. And in fact, they could do with actually having a few crops that take, say, 3 days or something really long. Now you think that's crazy, but it's not. When your farm gets that big, you can't keep up if everything's coming too quick. It's just too much. So what we're going to do in, that's 12 hours, but I could put those in 2 days, that'll do. Right. That's what I want in there. And obviously you need ground to work on for your quest, but to be honest, you could do with the planting stuff that just can sit here. We'll water them, it'll be a day. The thing is, when you build your farm, well, myself personally, you see those little watering cans, it says water, it speeds it up, but I just don't like having those symbols over everything all the time. Because you can imagine when you leave your farm and you come back, I mean, I've cleared it, but everything's got a symbol on it for watering or for picking, and I prefer to sort of be able to turn those symbols off, to be honest, once your farm gets big enough, because you're doing it more for, once you get big enough, you're kind of more doing it, designing it more than trying to make gold. Because you can see the gold we got at the top, we've got over 2 million gold, and we've got 2,000 of those gems, so we can build loads of things. But in the end, you'll just be building it, like I say, for aesthetics, as opposed to trying to make gold. Because, I mean, 2 million gold, we can just plant whatever we like now. But like I say, this is 25 hours, approximately. And here, this is actually the strawberry fields. We're putting a bit of fencing up, putting some paths up. This is our dead tree island. These actually give you stuff. They take a long time. Give you quite a bit of gold for those. If you've got a few of them. A few wind turbines. This here should be strawberries, really. You might have. Thing is, you will run out of fuel all the time in this when you're doing it to this scale. You'll also notice that our tractor has changed colour. Customise that, and that thing that sticks up, you can put whatever you like on it. The clothes are customised as well. You can have a backpack as well if you want. And of course you can either have a male character or a female character. Now, when I started the game I didn't see that, I just went with the character they gave me, which was this one, so I just started it back and changed it since we started playing. It doesn't really matter, I don't really care if it's a male or a female character. And these are grapes. Red grapes. Red grapes are quite good money makers. More bamboo. That was there when I came. These are coconut trees. In fact, if these are ready, we'll probably find others. These I needed for a quest, so I planted the whole forest. I thought it was pretty cool to have a forest. These are actually lemon trees. I'll probably do areas with a lot more trees in as well. This is our cactus area. You do actually harvest these. And once you've collected these, if it's ready, go up to the greenhouse over here. If you have enough. I don't think we... Oh yeah, we have enough. And you just hand it in here. Now if you think your tractor gets you around fast enough, it doesn't really. You can keep up with the tractor running. These are beans that I put in just before. This is a dairy. This actually I've got to move. This is a loom for the cotton. We've actually got cotton. Well, we'll have a look at the animals first. So we've got our cows. Got our Jersey cows, a couple of pens of those. We've got Holstein cow, if that's how you say it. We've got our Berkshire pig. And we got our regular landrace pig. Never heard of that. But then again, I don't know names of pigs. Got a little bit of a barn. You can stick these barns in anywhere. This I don't quite understand. I think it gives you resources or something like that. It costs you 1,000 gold though. I never use it. This is an area we put up. Again over here. This here, these are money trees. These are probably... The thing is with the money tree, you got it here. They cost 4,000. And they only give you sort of the gem things and that. They don't seem to give you much, put it that way. They're not really worth it, to be honest. No, I don't think they are anyway. Not unless I'm missing something, but I've got 6 there that, like I said, they never seem to do that much. They take quite a long time, and I think it's just novelty value, those. Apple trees here. Again, you see more strawberries, more grapes. That's the big earners. And the sunflower, which was the new one. That's a big earner. We'll just get rid of some of the stuff we're carrying. Nothing there. Get some more fuel. On this field, I haven't decided what I'm putting in here yet. What have we got? That's trees. 6 hours. I'd rather put in... Oh, that'll do. There we go. Pumpkins. I'm going to put pumpkins in here. It'll slow things down a bit. Plus it is summertime now. And as soon as it switches to autumn, we'll be ready for the Halloween. So, eat the pumpkins. Our scarecrow. Right next to the pumpkin field. You see here, this is a new thing in the game as well. They don't do much, as far as I know. But the gnomes, you can put gnomes around now. Maybe they'll do some different ones. Who knows? The well, I got rid of the wells. I've only got the one now because, to be honest, you get 25 gold for that. Now, it's great when you start out if you want to get some quick money, because I think it resets every 2 minutes. You get 25 gold. So really good to have a few of these when you first start to make some money, but I wouldn't... they're useless pretty much further on in the game. You don't need them. Got a campfire with our eating area and barbecue and... Not bad view from up here. Can look over a lot of the farm. I'm not going to harvest those yet. Take the apple though. We've got some cherry trees here as well. That is really... Yeah, and you have to run around and grab all this stuff again. You see how it keeps coming. This is why you need crops that last for several days, because, I mean, even the animals here, you know, you come through it, you come back, and they need feeding again. The feeding is so quick on these animals, it's a bit too quick. Even when you're playing on a smaller farm, they come around. And if you imagine if you expanded and you wanted more animals, huge animal areas, all you'd be doing would be feeding constantly. So that one's a little bit unbalanced, really. This is a doing your wine. But we've opened up a lot of spaces. There are still some left. If we run over here, this is actually the end of the map on this side. You can tell that by the buildings over there. Although it looks really cool. I'd love to go and check those buildings out, but you can't get over this. Oops. You can undo. It costs you each time though that you do that. So yeah, we got this to open up, but this is the outer edge. Then we got one at that end. So we're getting there. The next opening is at 31. We're at 28. So it takes quite a while to get there. Right, let's have a quick look. So, when they updated it, you'll see they added cotton here, and they added this sunflower. Sunflowers are quite good money makers. In fact, one of the best, I think. And they don't take that long, so not a bad one if you've started your farm out and you've got a bit of money. That's probably one to go for. Trees, I don't know if they added any trees. I didn't really pay much attention to that. Animals, they didn't. Fish, they didn't. This, I'm not sure, because I had these locked anyway when they updated it. This, they added the gnome. And the fences are the same, and the paths and roads are the same. So there you have it. That's the farm. Like I say, this is I know I had a quick look that this is 25 hours of play according to Steam anyway, and you can accomplish this in that time. Like I say, 15 hours, or sort of around 15 hours, will get you up to having a lot of the stuff unlocked. Although you won't have achieved everything you probably want to by then. But if they keep adding stuff, I mean, you could go a lot further with this game just by adding more items. In fact, they're probably better to, once they've got the farming stuff, all the stuff you do, they'd probably be better to actually add decorative stuff that you can put up around the place to sort of, you know, make it impressive or whatever. They could expand from that and even move out of farming into something else. Who knows? But all in all, like I say, it is a fun little game. Some people are going to get completely addicted to it and just be every day coming in here farming. Some people will find it completely boring, but there is fun to be had here. For the price of the game, I mean, it's not expensive, and when the price, if and when the price comes down, then it'll be a real bargain. But you know, it's not bad for the amount of gameplay you get, considering that there are other games I've played out there like AAAs which last literally 6 hours or something, and it's costing you 6 times as much. There you go, that's the farm. So there I was, planting loads of trees over that way, whole forests of them, when it suddenly occurred to me I didn't actually have any koi carp. So I made a bit of a pond. There it is. I thought I'd start with a small pond. Complete little island in the middle. Yep, that cost me about, I don't know what it was, about $1 million. But it was worth it.